Good evening, America. I am Eric Little. It is the first day of October 2020. There are 33 days left into the general election. There are 6 days left into the vice presidential debate. I'm near my home in Southern California this evening, and this is the plain truth. I don't know them, or I don't know him. That's Donald Trump's excuse every time he doesn't want to denounce white supremacy. At the beginning of his campaign, David Duke endorsed him. A reporter said, well, you denounced David Duke and his endorsement. And he said, I don't know who David Duke is. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea who he is. And then they showed him tape in 2012 of him going on and on and on about David Duke and how he's bad for the Republican Party and his record and this and that. He does this all the time. So the other night during the debate, Chris Wallace said, will you denounce white supremacists right here, right now? And he said, sure. He said, okay, then do it. He said, I don't know which group you want white supremacists, and Biden said, the Proud Boys. So he said, okay, stand back and stand by, which was not exactly a denouncement, and he won't do it. He wouldn't do it. And so after a day of everybody losing their mind about it, he tries to clarify his comments. So he comes out and a reporter asks him about it, and he said, I don't know who the Proud Boys are. I don't know who they are. I don't know anything about them. That's his excuse for everything, is that he doesn't know anything. Whenever you ask him, whenever he's caught in the middle of something and, you know, that he should denounce somebody or whatever, he says, I don't know them. I'm half expecting like Ivanka to do something wrong and him say, I don't know her. You know, she's just some baby. A woman gave me at a hospital one time. I have no idea who this is. You know, everybody knows what he's doing at this point. So these so-called undecided voters, it's nonsense. Everybody knows what everybody's doing at this point. It's just a matter of whether or not you have it in your conscience to be a good person and to say, look, I may be a Republican, but I didn't sign up for this. You know, everybody was going on. I was listening to Stephanie Miller the other day, and she was going on, and her people that she talks to in the morning was going on and on about Amy Coney Barrett and about her, I don't know, lack of morals or whatever. And, you know, somebody made a really good point. They said, look, if you accept the nomination under these circumstances, you have no morals. It's not about whether or not you're against Roe versus Wade, for Roe versus Wade. If you had any ethics to you, you would say, look, I want to be a Supreme Court justice, but not like this. I don't want it under these circumstances. If you win and you want to nominate me, I'm all good. But to rush through this nomination when the people are already voting, you know, I'm bigger than that. I'm more moral than that. Of course, she's not, so she won't say that. I don't know what it is about Trump that makes people forget about all of their morals, all of their values. They risk their lives, they risk going to prison, they risk their future, they risk everything for this man. You know, Michael Cohen went to jail. All these people that went to jail, and you know, it takes going to jail for them to say, what was I doing? So I was away from my wife, my family for all these months going to jail, and I risked all this, my reputation for him. What is it about him that makes people want to do that, right? I was listening to what CNN calls a nightmare scenario, right? In Pennsylvania, where they've had this commission where they're supposed to study the votes, and some people think that they're going to try to say that the votes are fraudulent and then elect to, you know, have their own slate of electors that go vote for Republican Donald Trump, even if he doesn't win the popular vote and all that. Again, what would make you risk your job for him? If Joe Biden wins Pennsylvania by, say, 8 points, and they say, well, we think the votes are fraudulent and we don't listen to the people, we're going to send our own slate of electors, what do you think is going to happen to you the next time you're up? You're going to get beat. The people are going to be mad. You're going to be out of a job. So you want to risk your job for him? I don't understand that. If the people voted for Joe Biden and the slate of electors go and vote for Joe Biden, what is he going to do? He's out of office. He has no power. Why would you be afraid of somebody that had no power? You know, I don't know what it is about this guy, but this is why I say I don't think it's going to matter. I think Joe Biden's going to win by a wide enough margin where this nonsense in Pennsylvania won't matter. But it's just the point that this is one reason number 1,172 why he needs to be out of office. Because these people are afraid of him. They're afraid of a tweet. They're afraid, like you're afraid of losing your job from a guy who's not in office. Reason number 1,179 to get this guy out of office. And that is the plain truth, as I see it. And I am Eric Little. Good night.